All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Short boot, taken at the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
At the 31-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Double time.
Johnson. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. Well, he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Finding room at the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 57 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rosen looking to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win. Alert.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That could really, really be demoralizing.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a first down throw. Watson on the catch. It's Duke Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. They'll run with Drake. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Rosen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ford. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. We're scoreless after 1. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Forced out to his left. Open man is born. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Rosen going to keep it himself. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Josh Rosen taking it in as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Texans 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle. Maybe you're high.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 42-yard line.
Mike, 180, 55. I got you.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's Rosen to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it a second down.
Check three. Quarter. Monday. Right here, 41 Mike. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
To throw is Rosen. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
It's second down.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
General West. 's coming. 41's the mic. I got him. Go.
Oh, refusing to go down. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Running, it's Drake. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air yet again, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Set. 19. 53. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Watson looks to throw again. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you
don't want to.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Olivier Vernon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Number 53-9. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. 26. It's going to be a long day.
Out of the gun, Watson. That's complete to Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Watson. Gets it to Meredith, complete. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Watson on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Watson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before the break. Watson out to his left. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run here with Balaj. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And some room to maneuver. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Drake. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, let's go. Not today, you want? Not today. Check 31.
Right back to Drake.
Go, run.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Got to step it up. He's coming. Double up. 80 weapons. He's coming. Double up.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Watch twins.
The give running right, Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 22 yards there, a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Completes this one to Meredith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. That one taken in by the former Bruin, Jordan Lastly. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 36 yards on the play.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the nice over there. Single receiver. Undercut.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hey, pick it up.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Stops short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Let's get it.
Here's Watson on the sneak, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown. Offensively, are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Cameron Meredith there to make the grab. And the Texans get a bit closer. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They stay on the ground with Drake. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Miami first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Monday. All right. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Toss play to Balaj. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 49-yard line.
Go. Hey, alert. 51. So don't say nothing.
On 2nd down now. It's Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now in Houston. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Back now in Houston. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
Go. Check. Right.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fights loose. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Watson skirts by him at the 35. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson operating from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down, Dolphins.
On first down, Drake. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on second down, Rosen. Open man is Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Drake. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hold the look, hold. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Middle. 6-6, pull it high.
Kill.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Topper!
Switch.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Watson steps away to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now a first down throw, Watson.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again on second down. Watson escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Watson. And it's caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for two. Here's Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Mike, 55. Right there.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Check. Motion. Go, Mike 51.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drake. Trotted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake. 46 yards. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Miami, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.